So here we are talking about all sorts of things that affect South African people in business. And, it's part of what we do. But one of our particular interests at Axis is what happens at SARS. And there's been quite a lot in the press over the last few days about SARS. Obviously, we're building up to tax year end and submissions and all of those things. But also, the head of SARS, Edward Kisveta, has put out some quite interesting stuff about his plans for the future of SARS. What have you seen and what do you think about what he's saying about all of the technological advances he's hoping to bring in?
Well, I think he's trying to leverage and harness on 4IR. There's a lot of pressure on him to collect on the taxes. We've got a budget with a huge deficit, and he needs to collect and bring in to meet that deficit. So he needs to look at AI, he needs to look at whatever other measures he can put in place to be able to achieve those targets now.
So fourth industrial revolution and artificial intelligence are part of his plans. He seems to have identified very clear roles that he requires within SARS to achieve those objectives, doesn't he?
He has, yes.
So that's the one side of it. The other side of it is some of the things that are also happening in SARS around, I know expats are going to get hit on if they're earning more than R1 million internationally. The 183-day rule will still apply to anything under R1 million, but over that, there'll be a tax obligation in South Africa, is the way I'm reading that. I don't know if you saw that.
I did, and I think it's probably kind of twofold, because firstly, we need to collect on tax from these expats, and also it's probably to reduce the brain drain in South Africa.
Of course, there is the other risk that those brain drainers are going to immigrate as opposed to paying something back, but it looks like SARS is prepared to take that risk in terms of actually getting people to pay taxes back into South Africa if they spend almost half their time here. Thanks, Neal.